Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anubha Rohatgi and with me is Reshma Tiwari with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flags off 8 trains connecting different regions of the country to the Statue of Unity at Kevadia. Prime Minister says new trains represent the beauty of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Nation's first COVID-19 vaccination drive held successfully. Over 1.91 lakh people inoculated on day one. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 96.58% in the country. And in cricket, India all out for 336 runs in their first innings in Brisbane Test. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today flagged off through video conferencing 8 trains connecting different regions of the country to Kevadia. These trains will facilitate seamless connectivity to the Statue of Unity. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Modi said, "Today is a historic day for us as the beauty of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat is being highlighted." He said, in the history of Indian Railways, for the first time, 8 trains from across the nation have been connected with a single destination.
रेलवे के तेजी से आधुनिकीकरण का एक बड़ा कारण रेलवे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और रेलवे टेक्नोलॉजी में आत्मनिर्भरता पर हमारा बल है, हमारा फोकस है। बीते सालों में इस दिशा में जो काम हुआ, उसका परिणाम अब धीरे धीरे हमारे सामने दिख रहा है। आज भारत में ही बनी एक से एक आधुनिक ट्रेनें भारतीय रेल का हिस्सा है।
The Prime Minister said today is the amalgamation of Indian Railways mission and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's vision. He said there is no place like Kevadia and it is identified by the Statue of Unity and Sardar Sarovar Dam. Mr. Modi said it is becoming the new tourist destination of the country and it is estimated that in the coming years 1 lakh people will daily visit Kevadia.
स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी देखने के लिए अब स्टैच्यू ऑफ लिबर्टी से भी ज्यादा टूरिस्ट पहुंचने लगे हैं। अपने लोकार्पण के बाद करीब 50 लाख लोग स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी को देखने आ चुके हैं। कोरोना में महीनों तक सब कुछ बंद रहने के बाद अब एक बार फिर केवड़िया में आने वाले टूरिस्टों की संख्या तेजी से बढ़ रही है। एक सर्वे में अनुमान लगाया गया है कि जैसे जैसे कनेक्टिविटी बढ़ रही है, भविष्य में हर रोज 1 लाख तक लोग केवड़िया आने लगेंगे।
The Prime Minister said the biggest benefit of this rail connectivity will not only be available to the tourists visiting the Statue of Unity, but it will also change the lives of Kevadia tribals.
केवड़िया में जो रेलवे स्टेशन भी बनाया गया है, उसमें भी सुविधा के साथ साथ टूरिज्म का ध्यान रखा गया है। यहाँ ट्राइबल आर्ट गैलरी और एक व्यूइंग गैलरी भी बनाई जा रही है। इस व्यूइंग गैलरी से पर्यटक स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी को देख पाएंगे। इस प्रकार के लक्ष्य केंद्रित प्रयास भारतीय रेल के बदलते स्वरूप का भी प्रमाण है। भारतीय रेल पारंपरिक सवारी और मालगाड़ी वाली अपनी भूमिका निभाने के साथ ही हमारे प्रमुख टूरिस्ट और आस्था के जुड़े सर्किट को भी सीधी कनेक्टिविटी दे रही है।
The Prime Minister said many facilities have been brought to Kevadia. Employment is generated in nearby tribal villages. He said more than 200 rooms in Adivasi villages have been turned into homestays.
ये कनेक्टिविटी सुविधा के साथ साथ रोजगार और स्वरोजगार के नए अवसर भी लेकर आएगी। ये रेल लाइन मां नर्मदा के तट पर बसे करनाली, पोइचा और गरुड़ेश्वर जैसे आस्था से जुड़े महत्वपूर्ण स्थानों को भी कनेक्ट करेगी।
Mr. Modi said modernization of railways is underway and the government is focusing on newer technology for railways. He said Indian Railways braved hard climatic conditions and raging COVID-19 pandemic to complete all its ambitious projects. The Prime Minister said we make sure that Indian Railways not only use new Atmanirbhar technologies but also ensure that they are environment friendly. He said the beautiful Kevadia is an excellent example of how both economy and ecology can be developed rapidly while protecting the environment in a planned manner.
Paying tribute to Bharat Ratna M.G. Ramachandran, Mr. Modi said today, one of the trains leaving for Kevadia is coming from Purachi Talaivar, Dr. M.G. Ramachandran Central Railway Station. He said it is a happy coincidence that today is the birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee MGR.
आज भारत रत्न एमजीआर की जयंती भी है। एमजीआर ने फिल्म स्क्रीन से लेकर पॉलिटिकल स्क्रीन तक लोगों के दिलों पर राज किया था। उनका जीवन, उनकी पूरी राजनीतिक यात्रा गरीबों के लिए समर्पित थी। गरीबों को सम्मानजनक जीवन मिले, इसके लिए उन्होंने निरंतर काम किया था। भारत रत्न एमजीआर के इन आदर्शों को पूरा करने के लिए आज हम सब प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
Speaking on this occasion, Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani said that today is a historic day for Gujarat. He said that the centre and the state governments have implemented a series of projects at the Statue of Unity site that will provide employment and livelihood to the local tribals. Railways Minister Piyush Goyal was also present on the occasion. The trains flagged off by Prime Minister today include Kevadia-Varanasi Mahamana Express weekly, Dadar-Kevadia Express daily, Ahmedabad-Kevadia Jan Shatabdi Express daily, Nizamuddin-Kevadia Sampark Kranti Express bi-weekly, Kevadia-Rewa Express weekly, Chennai-Kevadia Express weekly, Pratapnagar-Kevadia MEMU train daily and Kevadia-Pratapnagar MEMU train daily. According to the Railways Ministry, the Ahmedabad-Kevadia Jan Shatabdi Express has been provided with the new age Vista Dome tourist coach, which will offer a panoramic view of the skyline. The Prime Minister also inaugurated Dabhoi-Chandor broad gauge railway line, Chandor-Kevadia new broad gauge railway line, newly electrified Pratapnagar-Kevadia section and the new station buildings of Dabhoi, Chandor and Kevadia. These projects are aimed to boost development and tourism in the region. The buildings have been designed aesthetically, incorporating local features and modern passenger amenities. Kevadia Railway Station is India's first station with a green building certification. More from our Ahmedabad correspondent.
Earlier, to visit the world's tallest statue, the Statue of Unity, the people had to undertake the road journey from Vadodara and Ahmedabad. But after the launching of seaplane service from Sabarmati riverfront Ahmedabad recently, the new railway projects have put Kevadia on the country's railway map also. 8 trains flagged off by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi today have connected Kevadia with 6 different states of the country. Family members of Sardar Patel Sahib also travelled to Kevadia from 2 special trains in Gujarat along with other dignitaries. The new buildings of Kevadia, Dabhoi and Chandod railway stations have been designed aesthetically incorporating local features and modern passenger amenities. Kevadia station is India's first railway station with a green building certification. Yogesh Pandya, AR News, Ahmedabad.
Chennai will stay connected to the monumental statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, through the introduction of the superfast weekly trains. According to the Divisional Railway Manager of the Southern Railway, P. Mahesh, this project is a historic venture. A report from our Chennai correspondent.
Chennaiites will now be able to reach Kevadia directly to visit the world-renowned Sardar Patel statue. Today, 909 passengers who began their journey from Chennai will reach Kevadia tomorrow at 2:52 p.m. The superfast train will cover 1,731 kilometers and make scheduled stops at 10 places, passing through stations at Andhra, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Bihar and reach Gujarat where the statue is situated. Joy, AR News, Chennai.
The Dadar-Kevadia Superfast Express train was flagged off by the Prime Minister via video conferencing today. The inaugural train, which left Dadar at 11:12 hours today, will reach Kevadia at 18:42 hours this evening. As a regular service, train number 02927 Dadar-Kevadia Superfast Express will depart Dadar daily at 23:50 hours and will reach Kevadia at 7:25 hours the next day. Similarly, train number 02928 will depart from Kevadia daily at 21:25 hours and will reach Dadar at 5:30 hours the next day. The train will halt at Borivali, Valsad, Surat, Bharuch and Vadodara junction stations in both directions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will perform Bhumi Pujan of Ahmedabad Metro Rail Project Phase 2 and Surat Metro Rail Project at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow through video conferencing. The metro projects will provide an environment-friendly mass rapid transit system to these cities. Ahmedabad Metro Rail Project Phase 2 is 28.25 km long with 2 corridors.
India successfully rolled out the world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive yesterday. It was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi through video conferencing. More than 1.91 lakh people across the country were inoculated on the first day. The Health Ministry said not a single case of post-vaccination hospitalization has been reported so far. SII-produced Covishield was supplied to all states and union territories, while Bharat Biotech's Covaxin was sent to 12 states. The government said the vaccination drive is probably the beginning of the end of coronavirus pandemic in the country. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said India's COVID-19 vaccination campaign is based on very humane principles and those exposed to maximum risk get priority.
ऐसी ही उपलब्धियों के लिए राष्ट्र कवि रामधारी सिंह दिनकर जी ने कहा था, मानव जब जोर लगाता है पत्थर पानी बन जाता है। भारत का टीकाकरण अभियान बहुत ही मानवीय और महत्वपूर्ण सिद्धांतों पर आधारित है। जिसे सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है उसे सबसे पहले कोरोना का टीका लगेगा। जिसे कोरोना संक्रमण का रिस्क सबसे ज्यादा है उसे पहले टीका लगेगा। जो हमारे डॉक्टर्स हैं, नर्सेस हैं, अस्पताल में सफाई कर्मी हैं, मेडिकल पैरामेडिकल स्टाफ हैं, वो कोरोना की वैक्सीन के सबसे पहले हकदार हैं। चाहे वो सरकारी अस्पताल में हो या फिर प्राइवेट में, सभी को ये वैक्सीन प्राथमिकता पर लगेगी।
Mr. Modi praised the scientists who had been involved in making the vaccine against corona for the past several months. He exuded pride on how 2 made-in-India vaccines were readied in such a short period. Sanitary workers were among the first to receive COVID-19 vaccine shots in Madhya Pradesh on Saturday, as about 9,500 persons were vaccinated in the state on the first day of the nationwide drive. More from our Bhopal correspondent.
The vaccination drive carried out at 150 centers in Madhya Pradesh, State Health Minister Prabhuram Chaudhary informed that about 57,000 healthcare workers will receive the vaccine in the first phase of the drive. Meanwhile, in Madhya Pradesh, 793 patients recovered yesterday, while 365 new positive cases were reported. With 5 patients succumbing to the infection, the death toll rose to 3,751. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Bihar, 18,122 health workers were vaccinated on the first day of vaccination drive yesterday. Vaccination was undertaken at 301 health centers in 38 districts of the state. Health Minister Mangal Pandey said vaccination will be conducted on 4 days every week. Meanwhile, Bihar reported more recoveries than fresh corona cases. 328 patients recovered during the last 24 hours, while 239 new cases were reported. Maharashtra Health Minister Rajesh Tope has said that the state has received 10 lakh doses of the COVID-19 preventive vaccine and it will require additional 7,50,000 doses. He said that 8 lakh health professionals were registered for the vaccination drive, and considering 2 doses each for the registered professionals, the state will require more number of doses. While speaking to the reporters after launching the vaccination drive yesterday at Jalna, he said that he will write a letter to the Union Health Minister to demand additional doses of the vaccine. Public Health Department of Maharashtra has made it clear that the vaccination drive has not been suspended anywhere in the state and the drive will continue according to the guidelines in the next week for 4 days. The clarification is given in the backdrop of the reports in some sections of media that the drive is suspended in the state till January 18th. The department has said that the vaccination drive was not planned on January 17th and 18th. So, the question of cancellation does not arise.
The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 96.58%, as over 17,100 people recovered in the last 24 hours. With this, 1,196,885 people have recovered from COVID-19. Meanwhile, 15,144 fresh infections in the same period have taken the country's caseload to over 1,557,900. The Health Ministry said 181 fatalities have pushed the death toll to 1,52,274. India's active COVID-19 cases stand at 8,826. Telangana state has reported 299 fresh COVID cases during the past 24 hours. With this, the total cases reported in the state has gone up to over 291,000. The recovery rate has improved to 98.09%, with 379 more people recovering yesterday.
In Tripura, COVID-19 active cases are gradually declining. The total caseload has now dropped down to 36 as of today. In the past 24 hours, 4 new positive cases were recorded, while 5 patients recovered from the virus. The recovery rate has also improved to 98.72%. With this, the total cases have reached 33,329, out of which 32,879 patients have recovered so far. In Mizoram, 8 new cases of COVID-19 were recorded, while 3 people recovered in the past 24 hours. Presently, the number of active cases is 85. With this, COVID-19 tally has reached 4,322.
The Andhra Pradesh public have welcomed the historic COVID vaccination. The AP state is in jubilation as the Andhrites watched and listened to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's address. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy has attended the inauguration of COVID vaccination program at Government General Hospital, Vijayawada yesterday. The COVID vaccination took place in full swing across 13 districts in Andhra Pradesh. The first COVID vaccine recipient, a sanitation worker, P. Pushpa Kumari, said she is very happy with the opportunity. The state has received 4.7 lakh doses of Covishield and 20,000 doses of Covaxin.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flags off 8 trains connecting different regions of the country to Statue of Unity at Kevadia. Prime Minister says new trains represent the beauty of Ek Bharat, Shreshtha Bharat. Nation's first COVID-19 vaccination drive held successfully. Over 1.91 lakh people inoculated on day 1. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 96.58% in the country. And in cricket, India all out for 336 runs in their first innings in Brisbane Test. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced Startup India Seed Fund scheme of about 1,000 crore rupees for startups to spur entrepreneurship across the nation. Speaking after interacting with startups during Prarambh Startup India International Summit through video conferencing yesterday, Mr. Modi said easy availability of capital is essential for entrepreneurs at the early stage of growth of an enterprise. More than 41,000 startups are engaged in various campaigns across the country. The Startup India Seed Fund can be availed by startups through selected incubators across India.
स्टार्टअप्स को शुरुआती पूंजी उपलब्ध कराने के लिए देश 1,000 करोड़ रुपए का स्टार्टअप इंडिया सीड फंड लॉन्च कर रहा है. इससे नए स्टार्टअप शुरू करने और ग्रो करने में मदद मिलेगी. स्टार्टअप्स को गारंटीज के जरिए डेट कैपिटल रेज करने में भी मदद करेगी. भारत एक ऐसा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम बनाने का प्रयास कर रहा है जिसका आधार स्तंभ ऑफ द यूथ, बाय द यूथ, फॉर द यूथ का मंत्र हो. अब हमें अगले 5 सालों का लक्ष्य तय करना है और ये लक्ष्य होना चाहिए कि हमारे स्टार्टअप्स, हमारी यूनिकॉर्न्स अब ग्लोबल जायंट के तौर पर उभरें. फ्यूचरिस्टिक टेक्नोलॉजीज में हमारे स्टार्टअप्स लीड करें.
The Prime Minister said this century is the century of digital revolution and new age innovation. He said this century is also called the century of Asia. Mr. Modi said it is the need of the hour that the technologies of future come out of the labs of Asia.
The full Election Commission of India team under Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora will reach Guwahati tomorrow on a 3-day visit to review poll preparedness. Earlier, a team of ECI recently visited Dibrugarh and Guwahati and has too reviewed poll preparedness. The Chief Electoral Officer of Assam said that Mr. Arora and his team will hold meetings with officials and representatives of various political parties to fix assembly polls dates before wrapping up their visit. ECI will meet Chief Secretary and Director General of Police of the state. Assembly polls in Assam are to be held this year in Assam. In Himachal Pradesh, the first of the three-phase Panchayati Raj institution elections is underway in the state today. Our correspondent reports that polling is being held for 1,227 panchayats from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The remaining two phases are slated to be held on January 19th and January 21st. It may be recalled that the state is having 3,615 gram panchayats, of which polling will be held for 3,583 panchayats except 32 Keelong in Lahore Spiti district.
The government has said that around 563 lakh tons of paddy have been procured during the ongoing Kharif marketing season. This is an increase of 26.28% against last year's corresponding purchase of around 445 lakh tons. The Agriculture Ministry said the government continues to procure Kharif crops at its minimum support price from farmers as per its existing MSP schemes. The ministry said more than 78 lakh paddy farmers have been benefited from the current Kharif marketing season procurement operations with MSP value of over 1,06,000 crore rupees. The paddy procurement is continuing smoothly in various states and union territories. The government, through its nodal agencies, has also procured over 2,96,000 tons of moong, urad, groundnut pods and soybean, benefiting more than 1,58,000 farmers.
President Ramnath Kovind has expressed sadness on the loss of lives in a bus accident in Jalore, Rajasthan. He expressed condolences to the bereaved families. He wished speedy recovery to the injured. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed sadness on the loss of lives in a bus accident in Jalore, Rajasthan. He said precious lives have been lost in this accident. Mr. Modi expressed condolences to the families of the deceased. He wished speedy recovery of the injured. 6 passengers were burnt alive and more than 30 people sustained injuries after a private bus caught fire after coming in contact with a live electricity wire in Rajasthan's Jalore district.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hand over land patta to indigenous landless people on the 23rd of this month at an event in Sivasagar, Assam. Participating in an AIR talk show last night, Commissioner Secretary in the Revenue Department, M.S. Manivannan, said that the Assam government will give land pattas to 1,03,000 people this month. He said that the Prime Minister will start the distribution process at Sivasagar. Mr. Manivannan said that the Assam government had provided land pattas to over 1 lakh people recently, and Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal took the decision to provide land pattas to another over 1 lakh people this month. Today is the 104th birth anniversary of legendary actor and former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. A desk report.
Marudur Gopalan Ramachandran, popularly known as MGR, was a film actor and politician who served as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for 10 years from 1977 to 1987. MGR became a member of the C.N. Annadurai-led Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam DMK and rapidly rose through its ranks. In 1972, 3 years after Annadurai's death, he left the DMK, then led by M. Karunanidhi, to form his own party, the All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam AIADMK. 5 years later, he became the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, the first film actor to become an elected head of a province anywhere in the world. He died on the 24th of December 1987 after prolonged illness. MGR is regarded as a cultural icon in Tamil Nadu and as the most influential actor of Tamil cinema. In 1988, MGR was awarded the Bharat Ratna posthumously. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today paid tributes to former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.G. Ramachandran on his birth anniversary. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, Bharat Ratna MGR lives in the hearts of several people.
MGR is one of the most respected icons of India. He ruled the film screen and the hearts of the people. MGR worked extensively for the downtrodden. His social welfare schemes gave strength to the fight against poverty.
Ravi Kumar, News Desk, Delhi.
51st International Film Festival of India has announced Indian Personality of the Year award for veteran actor and director Biswajit Chatterjee. The award was announced at the opening ceremony of the festival by Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar in Goa yesterday.
इस साल का इंडियन पर्सनालिटी ऑफ द ईयर पुरस्कार बहुत प्रसिद्ध एक्टर, प्रोड्यूसर, डायरेक्टर, सिंगर इन हिंदी एंड बंगाली सिनेमा श्री विश्वजीत चैटर्जी को दिया जाता है। तो एक बहुत महान हस्ती जिनका और भी गौरव हो सकता है, उनके लिए ये इंडियन पर्सनालिटी ऑफ द ईयर पुरस्कार दिया जाएगा। और अंत में मैं एक घोषणा करना चाहता हूं कि दैट द लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड इस साल वित्तिरियो स्टोरारो इनको दिया गया है। इनको सिनेमाटोग्राफी के 3 ऑस्कर्स मिले हैं। उन्होंने अनेक फिल्में की है। फिल्म के दुनिया के एक बादशाह है।
The award will be conferred on him when National Film Awards are presented in March this year. Apart from acting and direction, Biswajit Chatterjee has also been a producer and singer of Bengali and Hindi cinema. The 51st IFFI continues to charm cineastes at Goa. The Gala Festival, which was inaugurated yesterday, will continue till 24th January. More from our Panaji correspondent.
Indian Panorama is one of the important sections of IFFI. It encompasses the best contemporary Indian feature and non-feature films. It was inaugurated today in Panji in presence of Additional Secretary of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Nirja Shekhar, Joint Secretary Films Anju Nigam, DFF Director Chaitanya Prasad and jury members headed by John Matthew Mathan. Indian Panorama was kicked off today with the Sand Ki Aakh, Hindi feature film directed by Tushar Hiranandani and Gujarati non-feature film Panchika directed by Ankit Kothari. Sand Ki Aakh film is based on lives of sharpshooters Chandro and Prakashi Tomar. Film Panchika hits hard on the caste-based prejudices in society. Dada Saheb Phalke and Satyajit Ray retrospective section will be inaugurated in the evening session. With the Mukesh Thali, Tushar Jadhav for AR News, Panji, Goa.
In cricket, Australia were 21 for no loss in their second innings at stumps on day 3 of the fourth and the final test against India at Gabba in Brisbane today. Earlier, India were bowled out for 336 in the first innings, conceding a lead of 33 runs. Australia scored 369 runs in their first innings. For India, Shardul Thakur was the top scorer with 67 runs. He smashed 9 boundaries and 2 sixes during the course of his innings and shared a record 123-run stand with debutant Washington Sundar, who also scored a valuable 62 runs. Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. In the national capital, haze is expected during the day. The minimum temperature was 7 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 17 degrees. Mumbai will have partly cloudy skies during afternoon or evening. Chennai will have generally cloudy sky. Kolkata is expected to have mainly clear sky. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was -8 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be 9 degrees. In Jammu, the minimum temperature was 8 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be 15 degrees. The sky will be clear. Leh will have partly cloudy sky. Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature was -6 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be 11 degrees. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature was 4 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 20 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi flags off 8 trains connecting different regions of the country to the Statue of Unity at Kevadia. Prime Minister says new trains represent the beauty of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Nation's first COVID-19 vaccination drive held successfully. Over 1.91 lakh people inoculated on day 1. COVID-19 recovery rate improved to 96.58% in the country. And in cricket, India all out for 336 runs in the first innings in Brisbane Test. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.